Aaron, in any of Marxist writing, did he ever, in Karl Marx writing, where did he ever say that family is a flaw? Like book and page number, please.
I forgot the book and page number because I burned it after I read it. Usually what I do. Still need to burn How to Be a Tyrant. That book's going to be fun to burn.
Did he just say, like, he buys books he hates, reads them, memorizes them to some extent, just to burn them? I thought the point of, like, them burning books was they think they're evil and no one should read. Why are you reading them and then burning them? So I came across this TikTok with this right-winger who I assume is American, just based on the way he's sort of talking about Canada and what he's calling socialism. And I just find it so funny the way, like, basically almost every criticism he has about socialism doesn't actually apply to socialism, but does apply to capitalism. So here's the first part of the video.
Wait, what's your problem with free healthcare? You don't want healthcare?
Yes, I want healthcare, but I don't want it run by the government.
Why?
Someone's got to make sure the system's in place, and if we have free universal healthcare, guess what? It's going to be like Cyberpunk 2077. The rich get the best. The poor, they go to a off-shelf clinic, which in that game they call it the meat locker.
Yeah, so like this... so like the idea that... like that's not how public healthcare works. So the idea that, okay, if you have public healthcare, if you had a free universal healthcare system like we have in Canada, or at least in... like not across the board, but in like not pharmacare, not dental care, not mental health, but we have the very basics, I guess, at least. The idea that with that system, and I'm not that familiar with like the game he's referring to. I'm aware of it. I just don't have any modern gaming systems. But like the idea that in the public healthcare system is where all the rich people would get all the best stuff, the best clinics, the best, and the poor people would get the worst healthcare provided and crappy clinics and everything. In a public healthcare system, basically everyone gets the same thing. Like something actually in Canada that a lot of people have been worried about for years is the idea of privatizing or semi-privatizing our healthcare system, because then we would actually have a two-tiered healthcare system where the private clinics that would serve like wealthier people would be so much better, would have the best healthcare, the best outcomes, but all the public healthcare clinics would then become they'd become for the poor and the working class, and would probably be even more underfunded than they already are. And a lot of people see, like in the past, even far right candidates, like the Canadian Alliance leader in the 90s or whatever, had to, when he was being accused by the Liberals of supporting privatizing the healthcare system, he had to come out on stage with a no two-tiered healthcare system just to show how supportive he was of the of the public healthcare system. And today we even have like the Ford government. A lot of like provincial governments in the country, a lot of people are pretty worried that they're intentionally underfunding the public healthcare system, like the Ford government where I live in Ontario, where we're even like sitting on it was revealed like a couple of weeks ago that we're sitting on basically $22 billion in excess funds that they're just intentionally doing nothing with. Even while we have all these social services that are kind of struggling.
That's what happens now.
And that's basically it.
That's exactly what happens now.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because healthcare is privatized. So the more money you have, the more you can afford.
So let me ask you something. Does my parents have to have coverage for me to see them when they're in the hospital?
I'm sorry? What do you mean?
That's what free healthcare evolve.
In countries with the public health care system, again, with the exceptions of, things like pharmacare, dental care, where, those are not, universal and free. But in the things that are covered, you're all covered. There's no, like, if you are if you're a Canadian citizen, you have a health card, you have coverage. And, like, no, you won't be blocked from seeing your from seeing your parents. What the frick?
Well, apparently, in a government society like Canada, which is seriously at the tipping point of socialism, the more money you have, the more power you have.
Okay. What is he saying? He's sort of describing more of an oligarchy. I mean, different forms, but like even the most extreme, like if you think of communism is obviously the most extreme form of socialism. They take away everyone's money. Like, what are you talking about?
That's not what wait, can you define socialism for me?
They never can.
I hate to do the meme, but could you tell me what socialism is? Like socialism. The Marxist, I don't want just what you think it is, the Marxist theory of what socialism is. What is it?
Marxist theory? Oh, that's government owns everything. That's Marxist theory on it. Because if you want to talk about Marxist believes that self-independence is a flaw.
Does he think Karl Marx is named Marxist?
Where in any of Marxist writing did he ever, in Karl Marx writing, where did he ever say that family is a flaw? Page number, book and page number, please.
I forgot the book and page number because I burned it after I read it.
I forgot I definitely read this. But I was so mad I burned it first.
Usually what I do. Still need to burn How to Be a Tyrant. That book's going to be fun to burn.
I don't think you've read Marx's theory.
And also, did he just say he buys books he hates, that he thinks of as evil or whatever, reads them, memorizes them to some extent, just to burn them? Isn't the point? I thought the point of them burning books was they think they're evil and no one should read. Why are you reading them and then burning them?